Hi Libras, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. It's for all my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. We're now covering your weekly reading for October 17th to the 23rd, as you can see below. And happy birthday, guys. I know this is probably the last week of your season, so happy birthday to any of you who celebrate this week. This is the last week of Libra season. Happy birthday, live it up, do something for you. No matter what you're going through, celebrate you. So happy birthday, guys. What's going on in the sky astrologically this week? It does look like all the fun and action is at the end of the week on the 23rd, so let's break it down. On the 23rd, we have Saturn in Aquarius going direct now. Remember we talked about last time earlier that there's going to be a lot of planets moving direct in October? Well, it's happening. So this is taking mental responsibility over our thoughts, our ideas, what we speak, what we communicate, what we're associated with, and actually taking accountability, taking responsibility for our duties, obligations, and Saturn will reward us. It will help us if we get things done and we do things our own unique individual way and we stick to it. There could be and continue to be technological advances, but as we kind of seen in the past few years, there could also be still continued restrictions, rules, regulations, but we just have to keep going. We have to persevere. We have to keep our heads above water no matter what's being thrown at us. But as long as you stick to your guns and you back up your words with your actions, you should be okay. You will be able to endure anything. But this is a time where we're gonna really have to buckle up, be responsible, get things done, and not mess around. On the same day, we have Scorpio season that is beginning. So sorry, we are shifting out of Libra season, cardinal air, into fixed water Scorpio now. And we also have Venus going into Scorpio at the same day. And some of you may already know, Venus doesn't do so good in Scorpio, does not like to be in Scorpio. So we just kind of have to be aware because it can influence a lot of us, some more than others, to go too deep, go too dark, become a little too manipulative, controlling, possessive, obsessive, and try to see things that aren't there, become too distrusting of people, places, things that we love. So we just gotta catch ourselves and make sure we don't go too deep. And then lastly, we have Juno, the asteroid, in Pisces going direct. So even though it's just an asteroid, it will influence us probably a little bit. It being in Pisces though, Juno is, the partner of longevity and harmony. So I think this is like a restoration, reharmonizing of our long-term emotional connections, relationships, and even our dreams and goals, aspirations as well, and it coming back together, or we're feeling like we can see it or it's happening. Okay, so that's what's going on this week, and we're going to continue on with your health, school, career, work, finances, and then your love and relationships. Okay, so let me know in the comments if it's your birthday this week or if it just passed, and wish you guys all the best. All right, so when it comes to your health, my dear Libras, I feel like this is a week where you stop blaming yourself so much and you kind of make peace with yourself. I think a lot of the things that have been going on for you, or things that maybe you've been dealing with for some time, you really have beat yourself up over it. You're like, oh, this is my fault, or this wouldn't have happened if I did this, or I should have known better, or why did I listen to this person, or why did I do this? Oh, this was so dumb. And all that blaming, it doesn't help you, right? And I think has just really beat you down, has made you feel really bad about yourself, or self-conscious, or insecure, or just, not good about yourself. And I feel like this week you're starting to kind of undo all those blockages, all that negative self-talk or hatred or blaming yourself for whatever you're going through, your conditions or health, and a lot of it is mental. It's mental, how you think, how you talk to yourself. And I think you're starting to talk better to yourself, practice more self-love, and say, no, you know what? Maybe I made a mistake, or maybe this happened. Maybe it was my fault, maybe it wasn't, but I'm not going to continue to dwell on it and be a victim. I'm going to think positive and know that things will get resolved, things will get better. And just by doing that alone, you are lifting such a heavy burden and negativity from your life, and you're able to be free. So I feel like you're breaking free mentally and from whatever else that you could be dealing with. So much of that weight is mental that you're putting onto yourself by releasing that victimhood, blaming, guilt, shame, whatever. And bringing more peace into your life and acceptance into whatever you're going through, your situation. You're like, it is what it is, but I'm not going to continue to blame myself or say that I did this, I did that. Like, it's okay. It is what it is, whether it was my fault or not. I'm making peace with it, and things are going to get better. And I feel like you're learning to resolve or live with something that you are dealing with or that you have. And now that you're able to lift that heavy burden of like this mental weight on you of blaming, you can now like actually find solutions and find peace and actually get better and heal. So a lot of you, I feel like, are breaking free mentally from this like mental jail you were putting yourself or you had yourself in, and you're going to be able to resolve or find a solution to an issue or a solution to some health concern or health problem that you have, that a lot of it maybe came about or just got worse mentally because you were thinking so much about it or thinking so negatively about it and feeling like it was your fault. So I see this as a really good thing where you're like unlocking the chains, taking off the anchor, taking off the weights, and you can like, I'm free. I'm learning to not restrict myself or blame myself. I'm learning boundaries and valuing myself. Then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, Libras, it feels like you have an opportunity for a new beginning, maybe with a passion project, maybe a new job or a new idea, something that you're creatively working on, or a hobby or a side hustle that could become extra income or could become a job later on for you. But you may get an opportunity, or you yourself are creating an opportunity to start something new. Or you have a new idea, you're like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna get started that. I'm gonna start brainstorming or sharing that, thinking about that, or working on it. But this seems to be something that you're passionate about or something that's very exciting. Maybe you're gonna have to go out there, give a presentation, or put yourself out there, talk to a business partner or study partner or someone that you go to school with or you work with. But this opportunity or this thing that could be happening is going to lead or can lead to a new beginning that maybe is going to bring more income, bring more money for you, prosperity, and you have to really believe in it, have faith, and take a chance on it right now. Okay, but that opportunity could be coming this week, and you're going to have to like, okay, do it, grab it, and go for it, and just be excited about it, and don't be ashamed or don't hide yourself. Don't be like, oh, I don't want to like do this. Like, no, you got to sell yourself. You got to be confident about your gifts, your talents, what you have to offer, and not, when you get that creative spark, that idea, write it down or jot it down so you don't forget it. Okay, because that could be like your money maker. All right, and then when it comes to your love relationships and dating, on your side we have the 6 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. All right, some of you could have water somewhere in your chart, maybe like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I do see maybe some of you have been, or you're going through like maybe some birthday blues. Maybe your birthday season is exciting, but it's also kind of like bittersweet, and maybe it's not always at exactly the way you envisioned or the way you planned. But emotionally, maybe you're kind of like thinking a lot of the past, or you're being really nostalgic and having some birthday blues, and maybe kind of missing someone from the past. But maybe it's not really that you're missing someone or that person or that thing. It's you're missing that feeling that you once had, or that feeling that you went through in the past. And that's okay, and that's totally normal. We all go through that. On this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. We have the Chariot, 2 of Swords, and Perspective. So as far as who you could be dealing with, it definitely could be a Cancer, a Pisces, or another air sign like yourself. I was gonna say Aries, not Aries, but maybe it could be Aries. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Doesn't have to be though. Could be any sign, like I always say. It could just be the energy this person is embodying or playing out, or maybe be a mixed match of one of those. So like I said, I feel like you could be thinking of the past, or maybe missing someone, something, or just missing more so that feeling from the past that you once had, or that feeling of being in love, that feeling of having a family, or that feeling of, home, of feeling cared for, feeling like you have a friend or someone that's there for you, that loves you, that you can talk to, or just be with and have company with. And maybe you're just thinking about that or missing that because maybe that's what you had last year or this time around this time last year, and you're like, oh man, like things have changed a lot. And again, I feel like it's not that you miss that person or that thing, it's more that feeling that you once had. Because if you notice, as you get older, it's kind of harder to fall in love, or it's kind of harder to recreate certain memories or those specific feelings when you're young and you don't think about things, you don't have as many responsibilities. It's kind of easy to like have all these good feels, but as you get older, just life becomes more real, it becomes more serious, and we tend to become really nostalgic about the past and like, oh, I miss who I was back then, or I wish I can go back to this. But I feel like you're just feeling that way because you're going through a lot of different emotions right now, and like your body or your spirit is aching for something or needs something, and so you feel like you need something from the past. But if you only knew what's in store for you in the future, you'd be like, I don't need that. That served its purpose for the moment, but what's coming for me is going to be so much better. But a part of you maybe has worked so hard on yourself to be you, or to bring you back and not feel hurt and sad, and it's been so hard for you to just like survive those moments that you're afraid to maybe go back to that or be vulnerable again and getting hurt. Someone coming into your life quickly and telling you that they love you and there for you, and then they start to have second thoughts, and then all of a sudden they're not in your life anymore. You're like, what the heck, like why does this happen? Why do they just come in my life and give me all this love, sell me a dream, and then poof, it's gone, it's dead? Like I don't want to go through that again. And maybe it's like you want that feeling of love, but you're afraid of it falling apart and having to mend your broken heart, broken pieces again. And that's scary, it's terrifying, because you've already had to do that a lot in the past, and it took a lot out of you. It was hard work, and self-love is not easy, right? And bringing back yourself and your emotions. And so I feel like some of you could be going through some like birthday blues, or just like reflecting and kind of missing the past, but also being sad, and wanting things but also being afraid because of these changes. And emotionally, maybe you're just you're a little bit scarred or traumatized from the past, and things have happened that you just can't forget. There's some things that you can never just like let go of or just forget about, and they change you forever. Some of you have been changed forever from certain relationships or things that have happened to you. But that doesn't mean that you can't love again. It doesn't mean that you can't find love or something better than anything that you ever had in the past that's mature, that's loving. And you can't be afraid, but it's totally okay. It's totally normal to get emotional and to have birthday blues and to long or miss the past. Like it's okay. But I think if you can start telling yourself and being excited about the future, like, no, like I'm going to have something better. I am going to fall in love. I'm going to find this person and it's going to be amazing. And like you will start to thinking less about the past, and you start to be excited and creating, imagining this dream life for you in your future. Because if you can feel it, think it, it can become possible. Okay? And whoever you're dealing with, wherever you were dealing with, that disappointed you, that maybe you felt you could have had a happy home with, but had second thoughts, or something fell apart and they didn't know what they wanted and they kind of just left you, or it didn't work out, just know that that person served their purpose. It was for a reason. They weren't meant to be in your life forever, and that's okay, because you have someone better that's coming in, and you just gotta really have faith and belief in that. So let's continue on and extended to get more information and see maybe what this person or your future person is thinking about. What are they feeling in their heart and soul right now? What they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you. Because I feel like this special person for you is coming very soon, or will be appearing in your life, and you will know it instantly. You will feel it in your heart and soul, because it will feel right. Okay, so let's continue on and extended. The link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.